What bourbon do I have too much of? What bourbon do I hate? And which bourbon do I wish I had? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today we're doing a fun little bourbon challenge, one that is going around the whiskey tube at the moment. This is called the 7 Deadly Sins of Bourbon. I was challenged by Myron over at the Bourbon Drop, and well, this is going to be an absolute fun one. We're going to find out a couple of fun little bottles here, following some criterias that we'll go throughout the video. But before we get into it, make sure you guys drop that like, leave a comment down below on what bottle you would put in each category, and also smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and that is looking like it could happen all because of you. Just make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, fun things happening over at the Patreon. We are doing bottle raffles. We're giving away samples like crazy, so if you want your chance to win bottles and fun samples, make sure you go join. Link is down below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so like we have stated, this is the 7 sins of bourbon, and sin number 1 is going to be pride. Now, pride is going to be the bottle that you are the most proud to show off, the bottle that you look at your shelf and you're like, this bottle right here is one that you want everybody to see. And for me, that bottle is going to go to... My pride bottle is going to go to my first barrel pick. This one right here is going to be the Duck Hunt Wilderness Trail Wheated Bourbon, coming in at 4 years, 10 months, and coming in at 111.3 proof. This one right here was so fun to be a part of, and I was overjoyed when it finally dropped. It was a collaboration with the Central Jersey Bourbon Society, but man, oh man, being a part of an actual pick was just something else, and I'm so proud to be a part of that, and that is why this bottle right here deserves its spot on this 7 sins of bourbon. Let's get into sin number 2. Sin number 2 is going to be greed, and this is going to be the bottle that you spent the most amount of money on. And what you guys think, I probably spent a lot of money on bourbon, which I do, but I don't think I've broke over the $500 mark like some other people have. So I think you guys are going to be surprised at this bottle, so let's get right on into greed. My greed bottle is going to go to Maker's Mark Cellar Age. Now, this bottle, I do believe MSRP, I don't remember if it was like $150, $175, but I did have to spend a little bit more than that. I do believe that in total, it was about $250 of my money that I spent. I traded a bottle of cigar blend and also, I think, $70 to get this bottle in my hands, and you know what? I would do it all over again. This is such a good bottle, and you know, spending a little bit more on this bottle, you know, really wasn't an issue for me, so that's why this bottle was the most spent I put on a bottle of bourbon to this day. Let's get into sin number 3. Sin number 3 is going to be lust, and this is going to be your most beautiful bottle design bourbon. And well, there are a lot of beautiful bottles out there, and we could do a video on just really nice bottle design bourbons. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below on what I think are the nicest bottle designs in the bourbon world. But I think that this bottle right here gives me that lust, gives me that, you know, just wow, this is an absolute beautiful bottle design. And let's get into that bottle right now. Lust is going to go to Rock Hill Farms, and you know, I talked about this bottle a lot before. Just the etching on this bottle alone is just absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely stunning with the gold horses, the white silvery background with the blended just dark brownness from the bourbon just marrying so well on the glass. Man, oh man, you know, I could also put in the Caribou Crossing as well, one of the really nice bottle designs as well. It's the same as this, just different etching, but I do think that the horses marry a little bit better on the bottle than the Caribous, but you know, nonetheless, both bottles are absolutely beautiful, but Rock Hill Farms gets my lust. Let's get into sin number 4. Sin number 4 is going to be Gluttony, and this is the bottle of bourbon that you've got the most of. Now, I've got a lot of one brand, I've got a lot of two brands, I've got a lot of 3 and 4 brands, but this one brand is the one that, you know, pretty much started it all. I have a lot of this one brand, and you know, it is just one that I have stuck with and loved since the day I tried it. I know it's a love-hate relationship with this bottle for a lot of you guys, but let's get into what this bottle is. My Lust Distillery is going to go to Penelope. I personally have 10 bottles on the shelf that are opened, and I do think that I have gone through at least 3 or 4 of these. So I've had most likely upwards of 15 Penelope bottles that I have personally owned and purchased myself. And I have loved every single one of them, whether it's the Architects, the Rios, the Valencias, the Tokai finished rye, the Toasteds. They're all absolutely fantastic, and that is why I will always buy and have at least 10 Penelopes on my shelf. This is one that I want to know in the comments below which ones you've got. What bottle do you have the most of in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. But let's get into sin number 5. Sin number 5 is going to be Wraith, and this is the bourbon that you despise, the one that you hate, the one that you don't ever think you will ever buy again, one that you have opened up and it has sat open on your shelf since the day you tried it and you haven't really gone back to it. So for me, that bottle is going to be none other than Weller Special Reserve. I despise this bottle for everything it stands for. The juice inside of it, the tackiness of what Weller goes for on secondary, everything about this bottle right here, I just do not think it is worth a penny of what this bottle is. You know, if you can get it for $25, by all means go for it. The juice inside of it, in my opinion, is not $25 worth, yet alone $100 for what some of these people are spending for it, you know, on secondary and stuff like that. It's thin, it doesn't mix well. In my opinion, this Weller Special Reserve just deserves not to be on the Weller lineup because it does not hold its own. It doesn't deserve anything from me, and you can hear the hate that I have for this bottle right here, right now. And nonetheless, I don't want anybody to fall for what this bottle has to offer, in my opinion, because it doesn't have anything to offer. So with that, we've got 2 more sins to get into, so let's get into sin number 6. Sin number 6 is going to be Sloth, and this is a bottle that you were hesitant to get, a bottle that you were slow in the game. Everybody else was, you know, getting into this bottle, but you were a little hesitant to jump in on this bottle. And well, for me, this was one that, you know, I know a lot of people loved, but it took me a while to get my first bottle, and once I did, I fell in love. And that bottle goes to Bardstown Bourbon Company. Now, this one that I have on the bar right here is going to be the single barrel proof that I've got, but the first ones that I had gotten my hands on were the Origin series. We had the Origin bottled in bond. We also had the Origin High Rye and the Origin Rye Whiskey. And then we were able to acquire the Origin Barrel Strength Single Barrel. I have loved everything that I have had from Bardstown, whether it was from their previous, not their own distillate blends of, you know, the Discoveries and the Fusions and their Founder series and stuff like that. All of them, in my opinion, have been really, really good. I know a lot of you guys don't like them, but I know a lot of you guys do love them. And for me, this is one that, you know, I was hesitant on because of, you know, the fact that some loved and some hated. But once I found a bottle and I was able to try it, I absolutely fell in love. So I'm on that love side. You know, I was slow to get on it, but I am not going to be slow anymore on these Bardstown picks, because these picks themselves are delicious, and if they come out with more Origin series, I for sure would picking them up. But let's get into our 7th and final sin. All right, our 7th and final sin is envy, and this is a fun one because we could go a lot of ways about this pick right here. Envy is a bottle that you wish you had, and for me, you know, we all wish that we had the tippy top bottle, right? But for me, I'm going to go off of the person that challenged me, Myron, off of your bar. And, you know, I could have gone with like a King of Kentucky, right? We all wish we had the King. But off of your bar, Myron, I know that you've got a Parker's Heritage double barrel. Holy cow, that bottle is absolutely insanely delicious. I had a pour of that from one of my buddies, Josh, and man, that makes me want that bottle. And knowing that you have it, Myron, makes me envious. I want that bottle so much. Man, that bottle is absolutely delicious. If you guys don't know, I obviously have a picture of it on the screen for you to see what that bottle is. But it is one of the best double-barreled whiskeys that I have ever had. Coming in, I think it's like 132 proof, and it is a perfect proof point, perfect amount of oakiness, and it just rings so well. And I love that Parker's Heritage double barrel so much. So moving forward in this, right, I'm going to challenge a couple of people on this as well, and I think that we should move into what that envious bottle is off of the person that challenged you. So I am going to challenge your drinking buddy. I want you to do your 7 sins of bourbon. I don't think you did this yet. I am going to challenge Carlos over at the Whiskey Corner. I am going to challenge Doc at Old Fashioned Ways. And I am also going to challenge the Bourbon Hutch. Those 4 channels right there, I am going to send this challenge out to. This was an absolute fun one. Again, I want to know what your bottles are for each sin in the comments below. But until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.